quickly take you to Durban, where I understand the IFP leader, Velenkosini Hlabisa, is speaking to the media, this on the last day of voter registration. Let's quickly take you there.
Families, there are events like weddings or family events over the weekend. They still have a chance to go to IEC offices from tomorrow until Friday or go online. But once I gazette, because it's going to be published on Friday, the government gazette proclaiming the 4th of November as the election date for the local government election, anyone beyond the 7th of August will not be registered to be a voter on the 4th of November. I encourage everyone, this is time to fix. This is time to press a reset button in our municipalities, and this is time to elect councillors whom we will hold accountable. It doesn't help to complain, it doesn't help to protest. Take your protest to the ballot box, and it begins with registering your name in a voter's roll and avail yourself or look who are candidates, and then finally on the 4th of November, unless you're a special voter, go to the voting station. Your protest must be a smiling protest, because you'll be protesting with your hand, taking protest to the ballot box by voting a person you like.
Mr. Hlabisa, you are now live on SABC. I just want to take you back. Of course, you're now saying that Friday the 7th, you will officially then proclaim the election date. So you're stressing the importance of people to ensure that today, the final hours, they use the final hours and the next coming days, because come Friday, we know that as soon as you proclaim the election date, the voters' roll then on midnight will officially close.
Indeed, this is very true. That as I indicated, that I'm separating the hats I'm wearing. Of course, I'm the president of the IFP, but also I'm Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. We have done all necessary work with IEC as I chair the Interministerial Committee on Local Government Election, and a government gazette is ready. We've booked the space on Friday, the 7th of August. I will officially gazette the 4th of November as the election date for local government elections, and the voters' roll will close midnight on that day. I want to encourage, therefore, every South African who will be 18 years by Friday, by the 4th of November, use the chance today. Go to your nearest station, register your name, check your name, confirm your voter's roll. But for whatever reason, it could be a funeral at home, there is a social function at home. If you can't do it today, you still have tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a midday. Don't wait for the last day, because you will be excluding yourself from deciding your future for the development that you want as a community. This time around, we do not want people to protest, to march on the street. We want people to take their protest to the ballot box. Vote out a councillor that did not serve you. Vote a new councillor who will serve you, whom you will hold accountable, whom you will be able to follow on a daily basis in terms of your service delivery need in your ward.
Well, you pretty much answered my next question, Mr. Hlabisa, because, you know, when we were arriving here, we had young people who were talking to us about issues of service delivery. In fact, they were saying just here, we don't have a stadium, we don't have a sports ground for the youngsters to play. We've been seeing kids in the streets. So there is, unfortunately, some people that are still despondent, you know, who still need some encouragement to ensure that they participate come November 4th, looking at the conditions that people are still living under, and especially here in the eThekwini Metro. We know that water is still one of the major challenges that is affecting residents in this metro.
Indeed, my sister, I want to encourage the people of South Africa, young, middle-aged and old. The time to be despondent is over. The time to complain is over. This is a golden opportunity for our young people who will be 18 years and above on the 4th of November to decide their future. They know their needs. They know that we need sporting facilities. We need an environment that is safe for young girls and young children. We need an environment that attracts the economy to come into the area to create job opportunities. They are the ones who are clear of what they need. And they must not be despondent and complain and think somebody else is going to decide on their behalf. I urge them to join the queue. As I've said in the beginning, when I visit social media, I see young males, young girls, females saying, I'm raising my hand, I'm available to be a candidate, and it impresses me because this is what we want. We want fresh and young brains, people who still have a future, people who can express the feelings of young, because they have a good relationship with young people. And my final word, despondence, complaining, it's over. Take the protest to the ballot box.
Hlabisa, thank you so much for your time. The president there of the IFP wearing two caps. He's also the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, importantly saying that the election date will officially be gazetted and proclaimed on the 7th of August, which is Friday. And that effectively means, Chris, as we know, that at midnight on the 7th of August at midnight, the voters' roll will then close. So that is stressing the importance of today in the final hours of the last and final day where South Africans still have an opportunity to head to their voting stations, or those that opt for the online platforms to use the online platforms to register to vote, but also to ensure that they check that their details are correctly captured on the IE's system. So the 7th of August, the election date will officially be proclaimed as announced by the Minister of Velenkosini Hlabisa. He's also here as the president of the IFP, of course, visiting this area of Tongati, and also be engaging with the residents in this particular area. This is one of the areas of the years that has been recovering after it was hit by devastating floods last year.
Yeah.
And so there's still a lot of work that is being done in this particular area in terms of service delivery. He also spoke about, mentioned the fact that this is a golden opportunity, particularly for young people, many who feel disillusioned and who are still hesitant about participating in the November 4 election. Minister Hlabisa, they're saying that he's urging the youth in particular to ensure that they use their voice, and that come November 4th, that people do not take to the streets, but instead use the power that they have through the ballot box to vote for the party that they feel will be able to deliver a change. Chris?
Ayanda, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that report, confirming there, even though in his capacity as the IFP leader, on the trail there this last day of voter registration, Velenkosini Hlabisa, who is the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, announcing there, breaking news, that you will have the election date to be proclaimed on the 7th of August. That's news just coming through now. And of course, that announcement, of course, being made in that interview with my colleague Ayanda Mhlongo.